Welcome to the Mussar Video Blog. Last week we did a blog that was about it's good to be selfish, and we explained that it's good to be selfish, you just have to know which self we're talking about. There's the self that's identified with the drives of this world, the physical pleasures, ego, laziness, all the negative stuff. And then there's the self that's identified with the spiritual part, which we oftentimes call being selfless and identifying with higher values, giving, things like that. So we said the real trick is that a person has to identify himself with that self, the spiritual self, because the spiritual self wants good things. So it's important to be selfish. Be spiritually selfish. The spiritual side of me should be the one that is desirous of things, good things, and I should identify with that. So I just wanted to flesh it out a little bit, because it is an abstract idea. How does it play out? I want to give some practical examples. Like, for example, things don't go our way. This happens all the time. It could be anything. The weather, the weather stinks, I just can't stand this. Or I was expecting something, it didn't happen, it didn't come in the mail when it was supposed to come, or I was depending on somebody to do something and they really botched it. All kinds of things like that happen to us all the time. Well, the this world self says, oh, I'm upset. Oh, this stinks. Oh, this really is terrible. Oh, God. Why am I putting up with this? I can't take it. That's not good. Then there's the spiritual self says, well, this is the way it is. This is the way, if I can do something to change it and make it better, good, but otherwise, accept the reality and just work with it. That's what the spiritual self says, and that's what I want. So I have to start thinking, I want to be able to accept. I want to say, well, it's raining outside, that's fantastic. I love it. I love the rain, it's wonderful. The person didn't do what I wanted. Well, I'm happy. I am so happy that it turned out the way it turned out because, hey, it's a challenge, it's an opportunity for growth. That's something that I want. So you have to start retraining the way we think and the way we react into saying, yeah, I do want this. I do want to be able to react in a more spiritual, holier way. That's what I really want. That's the real me. And here's another one. Oftentimes, we have disagreements. Sometimes it goes a little bit stronger than just a casual disagreement. And oftentimes, we get locked into our position. And, and you don't understand. You don't understand where I'm coming from. You don't understand what, you don't care about me. You don't this, whatever it is. All kinds of expressions like that. That's not the spiritual self talking. That's the this world self that's talking. We have to start identifying, the real me, you know what the real me wants? The real me wants to give a fair hearing to the other side. That's what the real me wants. I really do want to hear what you're about. I really do want to judge you favorably. I really do want to get to the truth. And you know what? I don't mind apologizing and saying I'm sorry and admitting I did something wrong. It's the this world side that says I can't admit that I did something wrong because my ego is saying you can't say that. You can't say you did something wrong. It's not good for your self-confidence, and especially for people that maybe feel that they don't have enough self-confidence, that by all means they can't admit that they did something wrong. That's the this world side. The spiritual self says, no, I want to be able to say that I did something wrong. I want to be able to admit that I should try to rectify things. And I do want to acknowledge that there's a part of this that I have to take responsibility for. That's the way that the spiritual self thinks. So it's good to retrain the way we look at things, the way we approach things, get a different mindset, a paradigm shift that I'm a spiritual self and I really do want these things because that's who I really am. See you next time.